Let's learn how to join two tables together in SQL, which allows us to match rows in the two tables and combine the matched rows into one row in the joined table. We have a student table. Each student has a unique ID number, and each student has a name. We also have a table of class enrollments. Each enrollment has the ID of the student enrolled and the name of the course. We can use the on-join condition to determine how to match rows in the student table with enrollments. If we use an on-join condition checking if the ID values are equal, then we will get one match for the first row. To add this match to a join table, we add the student's ID value and the student's name. This gives us the data from the matched student. Then we can add the enrollment information. As you can see, we got a row representing George and his enrollment in the tennis course. The purpose of this join is to combine rows representing each student with their corresponding enrollment rows, resulting in a join table where each row represents a single student's enrollment in a course, consolidating all relevant student and enrollment information. For the second row, we get two matches. We can add in the data from the student row, and then the data from the two enrolled rows. The third row in our student table doesn't have any matches, so we are done. If we only want the matched rows, then a join is called an inner join. As you would expect, unmatched rows get lonely, so we use outer joins to include unmatched rows. For a left outer join, we also include the unmatched rows in the left table. There is no matched row in the right table, so we just add null values for the right table's attribute values. A null value is just something we use when there is no data value or the data value is missing. This is a left outer join, where we take the matched rows and the unmatched rows from the left table. A right outer join contains the matched rows and unmatched rows in the right table. All the rows in the right table have a match, so we have the result of the right outer join already. There is also a full outer join which gives us the matched rows, then the unmatched rows in the left table, and finally, the unmatched rows in the right table, which we don't have any of in this example. Let's update the on-join condition. Now the ID values must match, and the course name must not be tennis. In other words, we want to match students with their course enrollments for all of the courses, except for tennis. For the first row, it has one match on the ID value, but the course name is tennis, so the first row doesn't have a match. For the second row, we get two matches on the ID value. Neither of the courses are tennis, so we have two matches. We can add in the matched row from the student table for both matches. Then we can add in the data from the first matched row in the right table. Then we can add in the data from the second matched row in the right table. For the third row, we don't have any matches on the ID value, so we have no matches. This is our inner join, which is just our matched rows. So we can mark the tennis enrollment as being unmatched. Now, let's consider the left outer join. We have our matched rows, so now let's add the unmatched rows from the left table. Let's add George and Harry, since they aren't enrolled in any courses other than tennis. Then we can add in null values, since they don't have any matches from the right table. We now have student and enrollment information for our non-tennis enrollments, and all of the students are included from the left table, even if they didn't satisfy the join condition. For our right outer join, let's start with our matched rows. Then we add our unmatched row from the right table, and we just fill in null values for the left table's attributes. For the full outer join, we want to first add the matched rows. Then we want to add the unmatched rows from the left table. Finally, We want to add the unmatched row from the right table. Now, you understand the 4 fundamental SQL joins. In Part 2, we'll learn how to write the code and learn some more types of SQL joins.